the floors can't take no more. Stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored. As the floors can't take no more, stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored. As the floors can't take no more, stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored. the floors can't take no more. Stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored. As the floors can't take no more. Stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored. As the floors can't take no more. Stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. I'm locked in. I'm hearing audio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties have been sorted out. It is La Coupe d'Africana, ladies and gentlemen. It is season 3, and the action continues here. I do apologize again earlier for the technical difficulties, but they have been sorted out. We are back, and you already know who is on the microphone. Party doesn't stop, and we all know what time it is. And we are going to stay strapped in HQ, go back into the lobby. Unsullied Army in trouble, though. I think they have been spotted by a couple of enemies on the back end. Dark Knights have them on the back end as well. Grenade going out from Joff Key, almost getting him knocked away. There's trouble. Oh, that's a fantastic one. Over the top. In trouble in paradise here for 033. GS could feel the danger. And now Jofke will come for the spoils. Thugger knocked away, will be getting flushed as well. End of the road and end of the party, courtesy of Toxic. Dark Knights will come out on top. And Outlaw will try to reconvene and find a better place inside of the zone. Jofke did get knocked away though. Trouble for Dark Knights. But it is going to be a little piece of action and a little piece of time before they can find a way inside. GAMERIZE, on the other hand, trying to deal with Unsullied Army and close them down with the quickness. But it is going to cause them a little bit of resources if they can't keep themselves up on the draft force again. They are trying to stay locked in though, but it's going to be a very, very difficult position for them to hold down. And that's another grenade. 0-3 in trouble. Kule knocked away. Trouble again. Gold Diggers Esports are looking for a way to close this down. It is all down to Aries. And they have 4 eliminations. This could be a very special opening for them. Molotov in hand. Dropped over the top by Aries again. They are trying to get this through. They are trying to lock this down. Chances. Again. Ooh. Well, Slater ran out in the open. Immediately gets punished. Legacy on the back foot. And on the back end again. Trying to stay locked off. But it's not looking like it's going to be the case. Trying to get his teammate back up. But it looks like it's not going to be the case at all. As it does cause them a little bit more time. Ooh, domination from Aries, though. He has been absolutely cooking. And Mael will send Mexi, his teammate, back into the lobby, courtesy of a well-established Molotov cocktail. Aries on the other side again. Oh, we've got 2 Aries here. So which one is the real one? Well, we're about to find out. Temper, Team Venice, and yeah, I can't see. Is that Voodoo? Is that supposed to be Voodoo? Because I can't even tell what that name is. But Volt on the back end, they're trying to keep this thriving. And there is a little bit of a lockdown, a little bit of a cross space for them, but it's not looking like much will happen here. Temper trying to close this down. A couple of distances to cover. The sprays over to the northern side. We can't see. We will see how possible this will be able to work through. But Temper will have to keep his temper in check here because it is going to be a very, very difficult transition. BBC still up ahead. Voodoo trying to circle back. Again, open space. But he's spotted immediately and will be getting punished by Shelby. And Shelby will be spotted as well. But what a turn around by Volt. He clutches it open. Temper. Back to the lobby he will go. Shelby, on the other hand, as well, will be spotted by Aries. And GAMERIZE will start to tenderize the opposition one by one. We're down to 4. There is a little bit of a tricky spot here to be held on. Kule from the 0-3 brothers looking like they might be able to do this, but the play zone a couple of meters away from them. They will have to travel a little bit of a distance here. But if they can circle it back, they will be able to go the final way. Mile from Unsullied Army is still very much in the mix here. Aries has been lifting his team on his shoulders. Gold diggers, will they dig for gold now? Will they get that chicken dinner? Mile from Unsullied Army might be the thorn in the side for one of these teams if he can make his way into that circle. There will be a little bit of the back and forth. Held to the lines here. It is quite a very expensive venture. Gold diggers eliminated Aries. Sent back to the lobby. Sprays from Mile. Over the top. Franzi has spotted his position, but he's not in the zone yet. He has to make a little bit of a move. He has to advance. Franzi behind the rock. Grenade over the top. He fades over to the left-hand side. Dodges the grenade. 0-3. 2 versus 1. Well, Miles will be up to the task. Another grenade tossed over to the right again. Trying his absolute best to keep the pressure off, and now here comes the blue zone. He's exposed. Surely he will not make it. Unsullied Army will go out in second. Oh, 3 brothers. Chicken dinner. Well deserved. Well perfected. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get yourself a chicken dinner. How you snatch it away with just a 2-man squad. 3 brothers are your wild card match number 1. Day number 1. Chicken dinner grabbers. First game, showing you a little bit of the vibe here. You already know. And now the action continues. You are going to stay locked in. 106 eliminations. I mean, only Rondo can give you that. You already know. Only Rondo can give you that. And well deserved as well. 114 knocks to follow through. 10K in heals. 8 grenade eliminations. 53 assists. 2 vehicle eliminations. Yeah, pack it up, Unc. 106 eliminations, only Rondo, man. I wonder how many people rejoin the lobby, man. I wonder how many people rejoin the lobby. Like, these are the real questions, right? I wonder how many people rejoin the lobby for real. But 03 brothers just paling in comparison there to GAMERIZE though. 2600 to, I would call it 2K in damage points between the two teams. 14 for GAMERIZE over the guys from 03. I mean, 16 eliminations on one side, 9 on the other. 25 minutes on the clock for GAMERIZE. And, you know, 03 did see the end of the game. They're tied on points. You know, imagine getting a chicken dinner and you're still tied on points with another team. That tells you the mentality of GAMERIZE. These guys are not here to joke around. And it is very, very obvious that they have a strategy, that they have a plan, and they want to see it through. Well. Legacy was the one that was absolutely cooking. 9 eliminations, 15, I'll call it 1600 damage points. I mean, he did get 1 assist. Did get 9 knocks as well. This guy was on fire. He was firing on all 4 cylinders, and it is something that we absolutely love to see. But ladies and gentlemen, it is not over just yet. We already know. I mean, I think it's the top 8, right? It's the top 8 that qualified to the group stages today. Then tomorrow we'll have a brand new set of wildcard teams. I mean, the drama doesn't stop. It is La Copa Africana, brought to you by Monster Energy and 1080. And look at that. Legacy and Franzi leading the pack 9-5. Wow. That's some nasty business, though. That is nasty business. Absolutely nasty business. I can't lie, man. Absolutely nasty business. But Aries was there as well, doing over 1K with 4 eliminations. This guy was on fire. 4 gold diggers esports. Unfortunately, he got caught out. Slater as well was in the mix. 5 eliminations to him, and Kule from 03 as well. So it's 03, gold diggers, and GAMERIZE occupying the front 5. So let's take a look at that leaderboard. What does it say? You know, we got 2 teams tied on points, but what does the rest of the other teams tell you? Well, 19 points on the other side, but that chicken dinner puts 03 top on the rankings. In GAMERIZE in second place, 19 points as well. Lightning Zone with 13, Wild Esports with 11, also tied with Gold Diggers Esports. You know, but Dark Knights were also in the mix, 9 eliminations and 9 points. Headquarters also with 9 points. Unsullied Army with 7. The second place finish puts them just in that 8th spot, but they need to be consistent if they want to make something out of this. BBC also with 7 points, so Unsullied Army need to watch their back. GASCOM, Outpost, Last 9 Gaming, NOVEX, Inhale Tempo, Team Venus, iOS Esports, Divine, Golden One, ZEUS, and Afro Esports need to step up their game. They need to step onto the plate, and they need to lock in. Woo! Well, well, well. Party time. Party time, party time, ladies and gentlemen. It is party time, ladies and gentlemen. It is party time, ladies and gentlemen. La Coupe de Africana Season 3. It's been a long time coming. The last time I cast La Coupe was basically a year ago. So you already know it's a party. It is a major party, and I'm super excited to see how the rest of the games are going to play out today. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, one match down, 3 more to go. We'll be right back after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the party. It is La Copa Africana Season 3. We are locked in, baby. And we just saw O3 Brothers and GAMERIZE tenderize the entire lobby, splitting the points, 19 points apiece. But now we're done with Rondo. Rondo allows you to do anything you like, anyhow you like. But now we are into Erangel. Requires a little bit more strategy, a little bit more, a little more vibe, a little less inshallah. So we're about to witness some greatness and see who is going to come out on top. Remember, today I'm not doing color casting; it's play by play only because I'm in the vibing mood. So if you missed game one, make sure you do not miss game number two because we are lit. And we have a very, very soothing playing path right in front of us, right here, from Zarki all the way down to Milton Power, northwestern side. Right? Would I call that the northwestern side? Yes, I would. Northwestern all the way towards the southeast. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, cuts right down the middle. I think those teams that do love to play in the southwest is going to be a very difficult rotation for them. They're the only ones that is going to be a little bit tricky for, but it's nothing that I've never seen before. So I think it's very ideal, very possible that we will see something special on the back end. But for the most part, party doesn't stop, ladies and gentlemen, as we all well know. And we are going to see where it kicks off from. I mean, the flying mechanics now in PUBG Mobile are so cool. I see gliders, I see wings, I see so many things. I even see some people in cars. Like I see some people in cars. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I see some people in cars. So yeah, that tells you that it's absolutely different gravy on how these teams are making their rotations right now. Oh, take a look at that. O3. Is that O3 or Gamerize? Or someone else? Okay, I think that's someone else. But it looks like action is already brewing somewhere in Taverny. Dark Knights in trouble, if you ask me. But why is everyone in the south east? Okay, so O3 is in the southeast as well. They are holding Lipovka a little bit of prison as well inside of that split. That's a very good position to hold. But god damn, there is so much going on in that eastern side. Where is all this action? What is the reason for this season? So let's stay locked in. Let's follow it now. Inhale tempo. They've already lost Satoru. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to try to lock this down as well. Dark Knight's first blood is Jofki. That gets the rains pouring, and the action continues here. Outlaws with a grenade over the top side. Unfortunately, doesn't bite. And Pog will have to reposition himself as well. Outlaw. We're gonna close this down relatively very quickly. I've always started to learn something that inside of Saverny, nobody's safe, man. Everybody wants to smoke in Saverny. Everybody wants to smoke in Saverny for sure. Everybody wants to smoke in Saverny. Like I don't ever see Saverny being free, Saverny being empty. Like it's just never the case. Duffy's going to have to try his luck this time around to see if he's going to see it through. Like getting that first drop on the opposition, probably knowing that it is one of them on the back end here, and we are missing the guys from Afro Esports, unfortunately. But take a look at that. It's a lot of back ends again onto the front lines, and you can see the party trying to rev up. Grenade from Jofki again. If this one connects, that can be trouble. But it doesn't look like it's going to be, though. It's something that I've looked out for. And they will be trying their absolute best to make this happen again. They've seen the potential here, but Jofki did get knocked away. Will they be able to see this through? Here they come again. Abubakar trying to provide some protection there. Doesn't look like they will be pressing this advantage. It doesn't look like it at all. But we are going to see Fat Boy will be getting his teammates back up to speed. They are back to full strength again, holding in lines and causing a little bit of an alliance. Woo! And here they come again. It is a tricky spot, though. They've been able to hold this down. for a little bit more time than they would have liked, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case though. There is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure. It doesn't look like much here, but it looks like Fatboy wants this though. Zyro on the ground floor, escaping with his vehicle there, but he might be getting chased down. And that was the plan. A little bit of a bait and switch there to course the exterior. Shad from last 9 has been sent back into the lobby. Is that Shad that I know? Is that the Shad that I know? Or is it someone else? Well, I'm curious though. Super curious. But Teabag, Rubber, and Steroids still very much in me. Yep, that's definitely the Shad I know. I'm seeing this lineup, and I definitely know this team. But it's time for them to turn up the heat, though. Teabag on the back end, error, trying to make sure that he capitalizes on this. The QBZ reigning supreme in this exchange. Zaya goes down as well. 3 players off for last 9 gaming. And they are trying their absolute best to make sure that there's more to this encounter. Remember, they are south of Milta, so there is going to be a little bit of a back and forth before they can make the advance. Again, Jofke has been on the front foot for the most time, but it looks like this might be the opening they've been looking for. Fat Boy with a fat grenade over the top. And that is the opening as well that they've been looking for. Fat Boy peeked out too early. He instantaneously gets dropped, but that will not stop the assault. It will not stop the attack at all. Abubakar continues to press forward. Pog has been knocked away. Jogo plays off the left-hand side, tries to spin away from the danger, but it doesn't look like it's going to be more. Abubakar again, spotted through, almost getting dropped off, plays off the left, big shot again with the S685, tries to paint through, does get the second drop. Jogo is there again, Hail Marys and the Hell Tempos, he swaps over to the right-hand side, and he might be going for that finish, but unfortunately, the pressure is just too high. Cyro now tries to get a piece of the action as well. And the Hail Mary could come through here for Inhale Tempo. They're trying to make something happen there. 1 HT plays off the right, but that will not be the game. The Outlaws from the Outlaw and Dark Knights will send them packing, but not without some casualties. Fat Boy and Abubakar were the sacrifices that had to be made. And they will go back to the lobby, unfortunately. And that is not how they wanted this game to go. It's an unfortunate turn of events here, but we already know that Dark Knights, they're looking very good, but they have lost 2 players. And the game can only get more difficult for them going forward. The ZEUS, on the other hand, also looking for an angle to close this down with, but doesn't look like they will be able to do much, though. Looks like there will be some tender slow zone play coming through from this team, because Chew and Rat just circling back to find a nice spot inside of the zone for themselves. HQ will eliminate last 9, and only with 1 casualty. That's a very good start. A very, very good start, if you ask me. A major start. A super start. And that will be the one. It's not exactly what they saw coming, but it is part of the game. It is part of the resources that they will have extended to this position. Again, they are playing in from the southeast, so the rotations will have to head more central towards the northern side just to keep the rest of the opposition at bay. It is going to be very, very hard if they don't have enough vehicles coming out from the southern side. It is going to be very, very, very difficult. But we will see the spaces that will be covered. We've got 17 teams in the cut, 62 bodies. It's anybody's game here. They will try. See if there is more that can be done to make sure that there is going to be a chance that they will see this all the way through towards the end. There is time, but it is going to be a lot to see how far they will take this. ZEUS be one of the other sides. Again, I would have liked to see a cumulative leaderboard though, just to get a sense of where everybody actually is as the game progresses. Probably by match 3 or probably midway through the game, we will see the leaderboard as is to know exactly what the deal is. Tyro from the golden one did lose one earlier as well. I'm not sure who they lost to. If it was to, I would say maybe Last Nine or XE, probably XE. I think we saw. I think we call every other engagement GASCOM esports as well with the same idea. Where is GASCOM esports from? Is it Ghana? So, want to tell me in the chat, where is GASCOM esports from? I think they're from Ghana, right? I think they are from Ghana, right? I think they're from Ghana, but I could be wrong. But that sounds like a Ghana name. I ain't gonna lie. But there is more to be done here, Lord. Spinning around. They are trying their absolute best here to make sure if there is going to be a lot of time to lock in. Ooh. So Gascom is from Madagascar, I believe. I think her production just gave me some intel on their nationality. And we are seeing how possible this is. But again, it's it's hit or miss, with teams like these, because everyone has to make sure that they are not making any mistakes. Again, they are trying to lock this through. But now we'll see Divine Esports absolutely cooking on the front lines. Slayer with a shotty in hand. And he is trying to make sure that he capitalized on this. But GAMERIZE once again, top of the mountain of Everest, and they are loving it on the ground. Well, on the top floor there onto the other side, but they have done this perfectly as well. They've done every single thing that they wanted. No, it is something to be on guard for. But taking a look at that zone in the south, it moves a little bit towards the southern side. And we've seen some teams already making their rotation, trying to stay a little bit more central. But it looks like G1 have been spotted out by Gascom Esports. Couple more sprays over to Zyro. And he might be getting knocked away, but their vehicles will be going up in flames, one after the other. And they are not going to like this at all. They are going to feel the pressure nonetheless. Possibly going to be hurt regardless. It's very, very ideal the way they've been able to manage this, because it looks like ZEUS will be the ones to feel it this time around. Trading one for the other. They've lost one out. G1 as well. With their own objectives. Game Lord has been knocked away as well. Good position for G1 though. They are trying to make something happen and defend that position for the longest time. Messio. Is that Messi? Okay, that's Messi and 10. Fairs. How creative. Temper, back to the lobby he goes as well. Looks like GAMERIZE have started to tenderize the lobby once again. Legacy with a drop. Voodoo goes down to Slater. GAMERIZE once again. They're starting to add bodies to the cut. And BBC will set their own sights as well onto the guys from HQ. Pyros accidentally blows up his teammates. There's trouble there. He is trying to pack it in. Things are not looking too ideal for them. Might be getting dropped off. Might be getting locked away, though. It's tricky. Very, very tricky for their position. Again, they might be holding it down, but that will be the end of the road for V. They will be sent back into the lobby. We're down to 16. 54 in the cut. Everyone is vying for a space in the zone. GAMERIZE already have it, but they are trying to improve it and trying their best to hold the high ground. They've got 3 eliminations already, and there's so much more that they can add to this. But it's all a matter of how far they will be able to take this going forward. Pressure, pressure continues again. GAMERIZE, 3 eliminations, and top of the hill as well for themselves. If they can do it, it is going to be a very, very solid way to close out this game if they can do at least similar points like they did in the previous game, but all eyes will be on them for sure. Wild Esports, good position for them as well, but they are not in the zone. They will need to make that advance. It's the play zone already on the move, and it is just phase 2 of the circle, and we still have way too many bodies. We still have a lot of bodies in phase 2 of the circle right now. And the funny thing is, when you have lobbies like this, right, the best thing you have to do is get early eliminations, reduce the number of teams in the lobby as early as you can so you don't have to worry about this, right? You just have to do it. You just have to take that risk. So you make sure, well, this is specifically targeted to teams that love to play either slow or by the edge of the circle. If you want to play by the edge of the circle, you got to make sure that the edge is empty. And the only way to make that happen is to eliminate the opposition. That is the only way to make that happen, man. If we're being real. If we're being real, you know. If we're being real. But Outpost 33 haven't been able to do much so far, though. We are starting to see how much of the zone they are trying to confiscate for themselves. The ZEUS, on the other hand, pressure continues to mount on their end. Lightning zone. They did lose two earlier on. Game Lord and his teammate. We're about to see how far they are willing to defend this outpost. Remember, they are just playing as two. It's going to be very, very difficult, especially if they can't get a sight line on the barn outside. It's going to be so difficult for them. This particular position that they have right now is a hot spot. Every single team wants to take it. Every single team is going to convene on that position, but GAMERIZE so confident, so comfortable as well. And it is part of the game. It is part of the strategy. It is part of the structure. Everyone has so many objectives to look out for and cover. Let's use same idea. Everybody has it. Everybody's deciding how they want to play this, which position they want to occupy, which position they want to hold down. But it doesn't look like it's going to be much, though, if they can play it a little bit closer towards that central position. If you take a look at the plays, you can see it. Pachinki very much in the mix, Ruins as well, just southwest of school, and Unsullied Army coming in from the north. I mean, Unsullied Army's rotation has been quite stellar in these past 2 games. And if they can get into Watertown and hold it, or that would be a game and a half. If they can get Watertown, though, that would be the best thing they would be able to do if they can do it. That would be the best call. But if they can't, then it's going to be very, very expensive for them because that rotation is going to be nasty business from that northern side. It's going to be too nasty. There's going to be at least 3 teams crashing heads in that position. Shelby now popping smokes just to get out of dodge. This is a very tricky position to hold. Pyrus as well has his own ideas, but they do have Gascom to deal with, and they need to make sure that this team cannot escape this position to round them. It is going to be very, very hard for them to break out from this position as well. Pyrus with a sideline over the top, and he is trying his absolute best to make sure that something happens from this position as well. Ooh, Shelby in trouble. He's been knocked away though. BBC is fire on the mountain for them right now. Can they turn this around? Pressure mounts. Pressure continues to mount on the line. Shelby is still knocked away. Can they pick him up? BBC started really nicely. 2 eliminations. They started quite nicely, though. But can they capitalize on that position though? It looks like Spiky is in 03 now. Oh, 03 they have been cooking. But do they have Nexus though? That's the real question. If they have Nexus, that is going to be quite a very, very solid squad. Pyros burns his teammate at the stake to make sure that that's going to be the end. And he burns himself as well. Gotta respect it, going out like a G, burning himself and his teammates. You gotta respect the seppuku. But it looks like NOVEX won a piece of the action as well. Here come 03 now and Divine, and is going to be divine intervention by Nexus as he closes that down. And like I said, he is going to be a very serious player in 03, and we're already starting to see it. Contrary to popular demand, 3 players up with a couple of eliminations is not the bad way to go. Ooh, and we've got the updated leaderboard. A big shout out to the live leaderboard. Big shout out to production for honoring my request. So you can see how tight it is at the top there. 19 points apiece for GAMERIZE and 03 brothers, but and also sharing the points there. NOVEX in trouble. 015 getting knocked away there. He peeked out the window immediately, gets punished. Atlas goes down as well. GAMERIZE starting to turn up the heat once more. And Obito trying to get his teammate all the way back up. They need the numbers if they want to make it into the next phase of this circle. Pachinki is where the action's at. NOVEX trying to apply some of that pressure, fall behind and hold the lines, but it's so expensive. Every single position here being occupied, team after team. Dark Knights have been here for the most part. They have been chilling for about 6 months. They do not want to give away this position because Jofke is the only one here. They've lost Outlaws and Fatboy and Abubakar earlier on in the engagement in Saverni. And they have managed to get a rotation all the way down to Pachinki. But unfortunately, they've lost everyone except Jofke in all of this. iOS Esports, here they come now. And Outpost 33, feeling the pressure. They're feeling it. A grenade has been tossed over, but he can't seem to find his way through. Ronaldo goes down as well. Outpost 33 looking very, very confident there, as the Lightning team has been sent back into the lobby as well. No points gathered in this game. 14 teams, 44 bodies. iOS now pressing forward. Here comes ZEUS, plays off the south, and he is trying to get a little bit of an angle there, but they will charge it to the game. And another one will bite the dust. iOS capitalize on that position, and Outpost 33 will be killed out at an outpost. Out of the right, he will go, but Sliver had no idea that the ops just pulled up to the scene. I believe it was Jofke that got the knock on him. Dark Knights will not be stopping anytime soon, but he has to reposition. Nomi also has to provide some semblance of protection for his teammates there, but it doesn't look like Dark Knights will be able to get this flush onto that corner. Falak has been knocked away though. And it is a long, long ride. Very long ride. Gold Diggers, we saw them finish very strongly in the previous game. I believe they finished in, was it second place or third place? I think it was third place. Ares being the one to make it happen. Verox now trying to slack in, but Slayer in trouble, and they might be running into Unsullied Army. And this is exactly what I was expecting. Here they come. Gold Diggers Esports against Unsullied Army. Can they capitalize on this position? Doesn't look like it will be. First drop immediately gets punished. Ares goes down as well. 48-64 gets the second drop. Immediately tries to clutch, but Mexi's there. Adds a little bit of pressure. Slayer might be getting slain away by Mile. A grenade tossed into the corner. This might be the pressure. Beautiful spray by Mael, and that will be another one to bite the dust. Gold Diggers Esports in trouble right now. Unsullied Army smell blood in the water. Easy plays off the south end side, and that will be the end of the road. Gold Diggers will not find their goals met, not at the hands of Unsullied Army. 48-64, Easy, Mile, all getting eliminations. Mexi as well, all putting in that work, putting in a major shift. And I said it, if they could make a rotation and get into Watertown, Sunken City, if they could hold this position, get into this place, it would work out for them. And it's starting to pay dividends. But now they have to make sure they do not lose out. This is the perfect position to be in right now. All they have to do is hold it down. All they have to do is hold it down, man. That's all they have to do now. They've gotten a couple of eliminations, I believe 4 All they have to do now is just hold it down. But this new Unsullied army I'm seeing, man, is cool. It's cool. Again, good rotation coming through. G1 also making that rotation a little bit closer to them. They're probably going to run into that corner. But Unsullied army, this is going to be very hectic for them because they're not a good territorial team. They don't know how to play positions. They don't know how to play through the lines. And it's going to be very expensive for them because they've got the guys from GES just up north, and it's going to be a hard rotation for them to make. G1 have blocked the path, but now they're trading blows with G1, with GES as well. So this is going to be a hard one, but Unsullied Army, they've tried to capitalize as well. Boy also trying to get a little bit of a repost and a reposition as well. Mexi takes a major hit to the side. Power has been knocked away. G1 need to get out of dodge. And Gascom Esports, they know that all of this chaos is brewing right here. They might want to be a third party there. Mael peeks out, immediately gets sent back by Zyro, but there is still a little bit of time, a couple of seconds, but it doesn't look like Zyro wants to communicate with his teammates that he wants to crush this going forward. It is going to be very, very expensive if he can take this through, but he falls in with the S12K. Zyro trying to close this down, but he's taking damage, and another grenade might send him all the way back into the lobby, and that grenade bounces off immediately there. He feels the prey, but he trades off on Unsullied Army, trying to hold down, but here comes Wild with the third party. They take it upon themselves. They know that Unsullied Army are hurt. They know that they can capitalize on this. They are trying to surround them, but the numbers are even. It's an even Steven. It's a 3 versus 3. They might be able to hold this down, but unfortunately, Unsullied Army have a better position, but they might be exposed to GES. Volts on the corner as well. He's trying to close this down, but it's so expensive. If he can get the angles right, there's a big chance it happens. Unsullied Army do have vehicles here, and they do have a little bit of the play zone. Good rotation if they can hold it down. They do not need to advance. They do not need to move. They can hold it just a little bit more, and that would be a chance and a half. And take a look at that. Easy already making the advance. Here it comes, the big play from Mexi, but he might be running to the guys from GES. It's going to be a hard shift for Unsullied Army if he can lock in, and this is where it's going to get very difficult. Easy as well. They did not need to make these moves, and now they're starting to pay the ultimate price. 4864 has also been sent back into the lobbies. All Mael now to the other side. Both has been waiting for them for the longest time. A big spray into the smoke, but he doesn't spot him. He has to go prone. Immediately goes prone. Perfect timing. Switches immediately to DB. Yes, Miles plays off the right hand side. First shot, second shot. Can he connect? Not this time. He goes down as well, but his teammates might be there to get it done, but not this time. Escrow from Gascom Esports will be the thorn in his side. We saw that happening. It was an unfortunate scenario, but he will be sent back into the lobby as well. Escrow now has the sight lines and 5 eliminations for Gascom Esports, and they have all of the real estate to work with. And there is a lot of time for them to cover their bases. Nexus, I believe, being the last player alive for 03. And Wild do have a couple of players in the mix here, but they have to do a whole lot more if they want to hold this position. They are in a very solid split, but they have to be careful. iOS, Esports, NOVEX, Wild, all very much in the running here, but they are all plastered up towards that northwestern side, and it's all a matter of who comes out on top. GAMERIZE in trouble here. Aries not gonna see the rest of this game, as iOS will make sure they knock the final nail in the coffin as he goes back into the lobby as well. Trouble in paradise though, as Thanos, if he can snap his fingers here, he might be able to get some eliminations, but ZEUS and the rest of the team do have the hillside, and that is a major advantage for them. It's not what they were expecting to do, but it's a big shift. It's a big shout, and there's another drop again over to the side. And now Thanos wasn't so lucky. Death from iOS. He feels it, and he will be getting dropped away, immediately punished by Soulman. NOVEX cooking right now, and GAMERIZE still have a man in the middle. There's a big mix here. They might be able to capitalize on this one if they can play from the northwestern side. ZEUS plays off the right. He's getting knocked away. iOS in trouble. Knocked away by a bunch of androids. And that will be the end of the road for them as well. Unfortunate scenes. Magic now casting spells, but Baru is dropped away by Nexus. 03 still very much in charge. GAMERIZE still very much in the mix. 015 applying the pressure, moving and cruising through. Here comes NOVEX. They're crying their absolute best to get inside of the zone, but it's so expensive. They're paying utilities. Nexus finally swept away by Escrow, and that will be the end of the road for O3, but they did not give it up without a fight. And there's more to be looking out for here if they can manage to get their way through, but it's so difficult. GES doing their absolute best, putting in a master class shift, and 015 just rattling to get a little bit of intel on where the potential opposition is. And they might be getting it locked away through to lock it inside. All that intel, and he didn't do nothing with it. It's going to be so difficult for them, but they do have the play zone. This is the only card they've got to play. GES Escrow has been knocked away by Atlas, I believe. Wild on the front foot. 015 peeks out. He's going to get punished as well. Slime from GAMERIZE is still very much in the mix here. A couple of chances for him to cover ground, but the play zone is not favorable. He has to advance. He has to move. No utilities, no smokes. His path will not be hidden. Does he want to take the knee? Does he want to take the blue zone? I believe he does. He's got to anchor it just to get a little bit of an action there. He spots Soulman, and Soulman might about to have his soul snatched at the end of GAMERIZE. He's going to get punished. That's two bodies in the air, but unfortunately Wild will turn it around. GAMERIZE get eliminated now. An opportunity for NOVEX to capitalize, but his teammate has been knocked away. The grenades from Magic. Again, he's casting spells. Will they connect over to the side? Another grenade. Pressure onto the line. And another one bites the dust as 015 goes out. Soulman follows through, and GAMERIZE will tenderize the lobby once more. Elimination after elimination, and the chicken dinner is absolutely theirs, and it is absolutely well deserved. Woo! Chicken dinner. Big chicken dinner. GES. GAMERIZE put in a shift in there, but GASCOM Esports, because I was asking about them earlier in the game because I was looking at their rotational patterns, right? I was looking at how they were moving. I was looking at how they were playing around the lines of the zone, and I was like, these guys they might be cooking, and I was absolutely right. So apparently, and I think I was told that they're from Madagascar or something. So yeah, these guys is something special. 66 eliminations, and we had like a lobby of like 75. Right? Yeah, I think we had a lobby of like 75, 66 eliminations, 64 knocks, 5,600 heals. Remember, we're just coming from a Rondo game, right? And that game had 10k elims, man. 10k elims, bro. 10k elims. Big shout out to Shift. Woo! GAMERIZE. Big numbers. 1,500, but GASCOM was just a little better this time. 11 eliminations. I mean, 31 minutes on the clock. You gotta respect it. But GAMERIZE, man, I love these guys. They're so good. They're so good in transition. They're so good in hold up. They're so good. And Escrow was the one that was putting in a masterclass of a shift. Mastercraft. I was about to say Mastercraft. 5 eliminations though for the MVP Escrow. You know, but Escrow was leading charge. 5 eliminations for him, and 4 for Jofki. Jofki also put in a shift for Dark Knights though. You know, Magic also was front and center. Slater from GAMERIZE was the one putting in work as well. But take a look at that. 21 points for GES. GAMERIZE in second place with 1103, in third place with 10. And 10 as well for NOVEX, 10 as well for iOS Esports. I mean, take a look at how competitive this wildcard lobby is, man. Teams tying 3 teams tying 10 points. That's to tell you that, yeah, these guys is different, absolutely different. Wild Esports with 7, 6 for Unsullied Army. Again, Unsullied Army also putting in work, 6 points. Again, I would also think that Unsullied Army has slightly more experience than most of the teams inside of this lobby, though, just based off sheer recruitment and abilities. You know, so I just don't want them to languish in, you know, the bottom half. I would expect to see them maybe top 3. top three, like top three as in third, fourth type shit. You get me? Not first, second type, type, type. So chicken dinner not too far fetched for them though. But Legacy still in front. Escrow has now joined the mix with 7-8 for Slater. Kula is still there with 6 and 6 for Franzi as well. So we've got O3, Gamerize, and GASCOM esports all very much in the mix. So that's what we love to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues. Take a look at the overall leaderboard as it stands to see who is leading the charge. Right now, Gamerize well deserved, just 1 point. Again, you can see how tight it is between the top 3 teams, Gamerize, O3 Brothers, and GS Sports. Chicken dinner all the way through for these 2 teams, except Gamerize. They've been getting very, very close, but they've unfortunately not been able to just push over the side. Wild Esports as well, also the mix. NOVEX, best game they've had so far, putting them inside of the top 5 conversation. Dark and Unsullied Army, again, fighting battles. 13 points to 4 teams. Yo, this is a piece of nasty business, if you ask me. 13 points for Unsullied Army, 13 points for, I think, Lightning Olympians and the Lightning Thief or something like that. iOS Esports headquarters, 13 points apiece. Unsullied Army can do so much better though. They're really languishing. I was expecting them to be where Wild is because they're just 5 points away, so I think they can be able to do that if they just can keep this momentum. Gold Diggers also in 12 points, not too far away as well. BBC yet to clock into the double digits franchise. XC Divine as well, last 9, 6 points. Again, it is still anybody's game in game 2 right now. Nobody is out of reach right now. I think the average to qualify would most likely be 27 points at this stage. So I think GES, O3, and Gamerize have qualified just sheer off numbers, right? Outpost 33, ZEUS, V, and GX1, and oh yeah, Afro Esports are not in the mix. But it is La Coupe d'Africaine, ladies and gentlemen. Season 3, the party never stops, and it is still Priest on the mic. 2 games down, 2 more to go. We'll be right back after the break to bring you match number 3 for the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the party. It is La Coupe d'Africana Season 3. It is the Wild Card Day 1. And we just saw two masterclass games. Big shout out to the teams that have been able to step up to the plate. It is GAMERIZE, O3 Brothers, and GASCOM Esports that just have gotten just a little bit closer to a little bit closer to qualification, right? It's been very impressive. I've seen how they've been able to handle the pressure, right? I've seen every single thing they've done. I've seen every single style they've adapted to play going into these past couple of games. Now, will they be able to stay consistent? Will they be able to do the exact same thing? Well, we'll find out, right? We'll absolutely find out in this game. Because right now, I think those top three teams, just based off sheer numbers, they have qualified, right? They've qualified. They've made it into the next stage of this tournament. And I believe that will be the group stages. They've done it, but for the rest of the teams that do not make it, I personally believe this is the end of the road for them. It's unfortunate, but game is game. But again, we've got a similar playing path, very similar. It's very similar though. I ain't gonna lie, it's very similar to what we had in the previous game. It just that one was a little bit more northwestern because it had Zarki in the mix, but it's still headed towards the same direction, which was Milta Power. So those teams that love to ride out in the southwest, it's a very expensive gesture for them. It's a very expensive gesture for them. So. But I still see a lot of potential though. You know, I still see a lot of potential though. But we'll see. We'll see. But right now, guns blazing, everyone. Guns blazing. Guns blazing. The guns are blazing. Who is going to come out on top in this game? I still think the top three teams are still going to, perform. I still think they're going to perform unless they run into each other relatively very early. I still think they're going to perform. I still think O3, GAMERIZE, and GASCOM Esports, I still think they're going to perform. But if we have another contender in this game, then it might shake things up on the leaderboard. But we're going to see as the game progresses. This is match number 3 or 4. So we're going to see for ourselves. Hell Tempo. Locked in and loaded. Say hidden agenda that they've been able to ride off. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll have the same idea. So Chaco has been knocked away though. Bad Boy as well, following suit. Dark Knights getting into a little bit of a squabble early again, just outside of Staverny. It's too expensive. Satoru knocked away though. Inhale Tempo. IHT can feel this though. Zyro, can he capitalize? It's just him. He's taking hits. He's taking damage. And Dark Knights, they smell blood in the water. They will capitalize again. Jofke is the one to get the job done. And it was actually a 3 versus 3, so they didn't even have like like an advantage or something like that. They didn't have a numbers advantage, so it was really just plain and simple. Jofke, Outlaws, yeah, it was just them. They were just cooking. They were just cooking like that for real. They were just cooking like that for real. But we will see if there is more to be done. They are trying to exactly. That's actually pretty accurate. And things are looking up, ladies and gentlemen. Things are looking up. As you can see here on Solid Army, I need to take a look at their rotational pattern for this game, because the only difference between this and the previous thing that we saw now is going to be more about where the play zone goes and how they are able to manage it, right? but we'll see. We will see. But right now, Zay Lee is trying to pack things up, trying to patch things up to see how they can come out on top of this. Though we've seen how they're able to close things down. iOS Esports, they've been very proactive in the way they've been very proactive in the way they've handled opposition so far. It's now a matter of if they can do it again and again, right? It's just a matter of if they can do it again and again, if they can be consistent. That's all. Can they be consistent? Can they get the job done? Well, Slifer, Def, ZEUS, Nomi. It's all left to them now because there's still a ways. They've had a decent couple of games, you know, sitting in 9th place, all tied on 13 points with the likes of Unsullied Army and Lightning, and I think Headquarters as well. Still within touching distance of Dark Knight and NOVEX though, so you know. And there will be a time where that will be seen. You can see GASCOM in Yasnaya. It's a very good place to be at this stage, though. Very, very good place to be. Very ideal place to be, though, if you ask me, because there is a time to look out for that. Ooh, looks like Headquarters and Dark Knights are lacking once again. Fat Boy and Jofki go down. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're breaking out of this one. It does not look like it at all. Wow, what a spray. How does that even happen? What is going on? How do you get caught out in an area like that? What are you doing? If you get knocked out there, what are you doing? How is that even possible? Like what are you doing? What kind of rotation could lead to such? Wow. That's quite expensive and paid for in full as well. Bella's probably going to have a field day. He's going to have a field day with all these positions right now because Lightning are already turning. They're already turning this up. They are loving this. Slater spotted by Ronaldo. He's gonna get knocked away though. Ooh, GAMERIZE. Wow. Well, this is not what I expected from them. They've already lost a player, and they've lost a player relatively very, very early. It's not what I was expecting though, but oh well, GASCOM not letting it slide already. You can tell they are getting they are getting this done. They've already started to rack up their eliminations, right? They've already started to rack this up, man. They've already started to get the job done. MVP from the previous game, Escrow. I'm gonna put things on pause a little bit there, but it's still very much in play for anyone that is trying to do the exact same thing, though. But it's a good shift. It's a good shot, honestly. The ZEUS, they are really struggling, though. 3 points so far out of 3 games. Could be so much better, though. Could be so much better. But I wouldn't put it past them. There's still a chance for them to do something. Still very much a chance for them to turn this around. Turn this, turn the pressure on. Slime. GAMERIZE. I mean, you can see what the play zone is forcing these teams to do, right? You can see what it's forcing them to do. Make these unorthodox rotations. And I mean, GAMERIZE will be forced to make rotations like that because they've already lost a player. GASCOM, on the other hand, they would still stick to their pattern play style because they've already gotten their first elimination. So it's really all balanced out for them. All you have to do is, stick to the script and they will be able to come out on top. But again, it is so difficult. It is too difficult for any of these teams to do the exact same thing. They have the ideas, but can they capitalize? Aries in trouble, though. Doesn't look like he will be getting saved by his teammates. Gold Diggers will lose yet another one. It's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate as well. Aries feels the pressure mounting, loses out on that one, and will be getting packed up. His teammates will have to abandon him. Obito from NOVEX. NOVEX also had some decent games, 14 points to the good. Play zone is closing out, and we can see those teams out in the blue zone. Again, Divine, iOS, tough rotations for them to make, but it's still part of their strategy, still part of their play style. It's very much in the mix for them. Soulman as well has his own ideas, his own objectives. He can find a way to see it through. Might be able to do something for his teammates, though. But Team Venus has some fans in the chat. Hopefully their fans can raise their spirits and put them into a better spot. Because, I mean, one good game puts them inside of the top 10. One decent game gets them into the top 10. 3 games in, one more game after this. I think we are going to head into Miramar. So we're going to see, who comes out on top, whose strategy is going to work out the best. Lightning, Messi, Game Lord, Ronaldo. And it looks like Franzi will be setting sights now on to the guys from G1. Was not expecting that to be the case, but a good rotation still coming out. iOS and GASCOM esports have been locking into each other. That's a tricky rotation to make as well. GASCOM feeling the pressure lifted off of their shoulders as they add more bodies. And looks like Death will feel the front there as he goes down. Franzi getting knocked out of his vehicle, I believe, by sheer explosion. This is a very tricky one. Death goes back to the lobby as well. And Power also will be following suit. 0-3 in trouble. Looks like they might be having a player knocked away. We saw earlier, but it doesn't look like he has been flushed, though. Looks like it's going to be hard for G1 to flush. Looks like that's an engagement that's happening over some distance. But we are going to see if O3 can capitalize and get back to full strength. Because in the top three, it is only GAMERIZE that has lost a player. And Kule continues to mount the pressure. Zea knocked away as well. O3 have been capitalizing on this. And Spiky is up in arms. Yes, as expected. A little bit of a distance between the two teams, but Nexus is trying to close that distance, trying to give his team an opening as to where they will capitalize from. Here comes Kule again, playing to the side. They can't allow the reset to come through. The grenades already flying out. And he might be spotted out. That's a good grenade, but it's too shy out. Couple corners, peak spray, tries the corner again. Oh, beautiful shot from Kule. And that is the end of GX1. What a play from O3. Kule and Franzi is all it took. Nexus with a little bit of free man, and the job was done. Spiky didn't even have to lift a finger in close quarters. That is how stacked this team is. They are so good in hold up, even better in transition. You can see that. Oh, that's a nasty spray though. Immediately getting punished by Slime. GAMERIZE starting to feel the brunt. They well know that they can feel as well. HQ, I believe, is the team that has been spotted out, but the smoke's already rallying through. His teammates picking him up and getting him out of there. That is what you call the ambulance rescue. But it looks like they will not be getting out of dodge. Instead, they want a piece of the action. This is Saverni, though. It's going to be a hard nut to crack. Slime, slippery. Pressure continues from GAMERIZE, though. Headquarters. Surely they have to think about this. This doesn't look feasible at all. It doesn't look like this is a rotation that they can make. It looks like they will hurt, and it looks like I said, it's going to be very hard to make it out, though. Verox getting knocked away there by Headquarters as well. Headquarters taking another engagement. They are 5 eliminations, and they will eliminate Gold Diggers Esports. Dybala and 1000 Aura are the ones that make it happen. It looks like UNSULLIED Army, they heard the commotion in this area, and they came to investigate, but I don't think they wanted to engage at all. But 1000 Aura, well deserved. Well deserved. Eliminations to the good. Now, will they be able to deal with GAMERIZE, though? I believe with this engagement that they have, that they just got right now, I think they might be able to, though. And I think they want to make sure it's done. He spotted. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Getting out of the vehicle immediately gets punished. And GAMERIZE in trouble now. They've lost yet another body. 77 MG. He goes back to the lobby as well. 6 in the cut for HQ. Now they're in the top 4. And potentially, if this game gets any better for them, they might even get into the top 3. UNSULLIED Army have been quiet in this game. Couldn't blame them, though. There's still 15 teams in the lobby, still 55 players in the mix. Nexi is already making an advance to get a place inside his own. Why did you turn away? Why did he turn away? You should have taken the compound. There's absolutely no reason to turn away, man. Absolutely no reason to turn away from that compound. Those guys were just pulling up, same as you. That would have been a defining moment for UNSULLIED Army if they had taken that engagement. You know, but O3 brothers, man, 7 eliminations, adding more and more and more. GASCOM esports have added a couple more, and I think that would put them into top draw. O3 continuously putting in pressure. I mean, this O3 lineup is nasty business, though. Having Nexus, Spiky, and you know, uh, the rest, like the lineup. Oh, Nexus, Spiky, then Kule, it's crazy, man. That's a crazy lineup. Was he spotted? I think he was, and he took some damage though, Mexi. Again, there's no time. There's like no space. There's no space for Unsullied Army to play this way. It is phase 3 of the circle. You should be deep in the zone right now. You should be deep. You shouldn't be worrying about rotations at this stage, especially knowing that there's still a lot of teams alive. Playing it this slow without space is very, very paradoxical. I don't think Unsullied Army can deal with the sheer wave of teams that are going to now be making rotations, especially from this particular northern side of the zone. It is a very expensive venture, very, very expensive venture. I don't even see them doing that, but I'm going to see how they will manage it though. Lightning, on the other hand, trying to also do the exact same thing. Baby getting knocked away for Divine, trouble for them as well. Legacy getting a piece of that action, and as he tears Divine a new one. 2 eliminations for him. Slime by his side. I think they will go far with those two, especially. Very capable of carrying the game forward, progressing it a little bit further. Spiky, Nexus, Kule, and Fonzie have been on a tear. A very big tear. You can see O3 brothers, they are not worried about the play zone. They've already positioned themselves in a very good spot. I think they're going to try to hold the high ground here to make sure the guys from Venus don't drop or get them off balance, or take the high ground position away from them. I think they are trying to stay in a little bit of a box here and defend the lines. Is a very good spot. I don't think they need to leave. I think they can hold this position just a little bit longer, at least till the end of the circle, until we see where it moves. But right now, headquarters looking very good after eliminating a couple of players from the guys from GAMERIZE. I think it puts a little pep in their step. Error circling back again. These guys are now, you can see they're now hanging around by the edge of the circle, looking for who to catch unawares, looking for who to eliminate. Unsullied Army, northwestern side. This is where it gets difficult. This is where it gets nasty. Last 9 also in that southwestern side. There is a very, very small gap here. NOVEX also coming in from the southwest. It is a very, very small gap. Most of the teams are playing it slow from that western side, but we already know by the next shift of the play zone, all hell will break loose on that western side if teams do not take initiative and start reducing the numbers now. Unsullied Army have been spotted by Lightning Zone, and they do not have the numbers to take them in an uphill battle. Again, GRM is the team that pulls up to the space, but then it's GAMERIZE. Unsullied Army have the numbers again, as expected. Play zone is the risk. They took the risk of not being in the zone early, and now they are feeling the brunt of it. They've lost 1 player. Potential to lose more is on the way. The play zone is going to make it very, very difficult for them to do this. They are inside of the zone, but it's too close to the rest of the opposition. That is why, because the next zone, they're not in it. It's going to be very hard for them to make this rotation, and it's actually the guys from last 9 that took that position that I thought they were going to take. Slime also making a rotation into the southwestern corner. Unsullied Army, they've lost a man, and they're still outside of the zone. This is where it gets very, very hard. NOVEX on that western side, now sending their sights onto the guys from L9. Shad getting knocked away. Robber as well. Trouble for them. Robber manages to get a little bit more of HP back into the ends there, but he has to toss a grenade. Surely he has to apply some more pressure. Last 9 in trouble, down to just 2 players. A knock and a follow through. Robber still very much low on HP. Is it that he doesn't have any meds? Because he's going to be nasty, but that will be the end of the road for him as well. Last 9 will go out. I saw this happening. That western side, it was too difficult of a rotation to make. All they had to do was capitalize on time, and that is exactly how it happened. BBC setting their sights on O3, managing to steal Kule away, sending back into the lobby. Soulman from NOVEX having an appetite of making a little bit of rotation there. The vehicle, unfortunately, stuck to the side. And now, GAMERIZE also making their own rotation from the eastern corners there, and they will be circling back. Again, they might be getting caught out. It is very, very hard to do from that position. Lightning in trouble as well. might be getting dropped off. They might be getting a little bit of a hard done position though if they can't circulate back. But Messi, game load, and Ronaldo still very much in the mix here. But it looks like the opposition has decided to pull into the party. The play zone is very tricky. Unsullied Army somehow have made their way inside, and this is where it gets dastardly. The play zone shifts towards the south. GAMERIZE have found their way in. And I said it's Slime and Legacy very capable of making it happen. Now, GASCOM Esports have a lot of ground to cover. BBC as well. 03 brothers. Falak in trouble. He gets knocked away. Back to the lobby. Surely this time. Shelby plays a little bit towards the south. He peaks and he also takes a hit. He also falls as well. BBC, they're not looking so big. They're not looking so black. They're turning around. And it's 03 that will put the screws to them. Game Lord jumps through. He's spotted, almost getting tenderized by Easy over to the top corner, and he might be getting knocked away as well. 03 might have him in the sight lines as they have the highest position on this hillside, but they are trying to deal with BBC. Spoidy now taking a drop on him. Pyros gets the drop, and 03 will be eliminated at the hands of the BBCs. And that will be the end of the road. But ZEUS actually get a piece of the action as well. They will trade one away. BBC in trouble. 3 players knocked away. This might be an opportunity for ZEUS to turn it around. They do have 4 players up. Venus have been eliminated as well. Headquarters have followed suit. Here comes GASCOM again, spotted by NOVEX. NOVEX did have a fantastic game previously. Can they keep it up? Can they do more of the same? Trying to stay locked in, trying to stay progressive. Another drop into that position. They're playing off the right. ZEUS from iOS has been knocked away by Elia. And they're not going to like the taste of that one. It is a very long road to cover through. Helia continues to apply some of that pressure. The plays are not too favorable for them. They want to make them advance. Papa Kojo knocked away. Outpost 33 in trouble. He gets blown to smithereens by Thanos. And Slime again not going to be lucky this time. His teammate tried to apply some more pressure, but Thanos will snap. And that will be the end of the legacy. Goes back to the lobby as well. NOVEX looking very comfortable. 7 eliminations to the good. Unsullied Army just up north. They have been playing this slow and steady. They did lose a player earlier on, but that did not stop the party for them. GASCOM in trouble. Lord inside of the smoke. It can hide the visibility, but it will not stop the bullets. Obito tried his best. Peeked out too long. Gets dropped off as well. 015 adds more pressure. Lord spotted. Dropped over the top as well. NOVEX are not allowing GASCOM a inch of breathing space. He spots him over to the left. Surely he's going to mow him down, and that will be the end of the road. Obito still knocked away, but I believe he will be getting picked up, and that will be the end of the road for GASCOM Esports. Pressure on Divine. The vehicle not stopping the bullets at all. Hair God goes back into the lobby. More and more bodies dropping as we see. BBC back to full strength. These guys had 3 players knocked away, and now they have 4 players at full strength. They are one step closer to that chicken dinner, unless ZEUS and NOVEX have something to say about it. But the ZEUS have been spotted right now by Shelby. He wants a piece of the action as well, trying to stop them dead in their tracks, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Unsullied Army will be knocked out. I knew that this was going to be a hard rotation for them to make, and it did cost them there. Oh, that was part of the plan, Shelby. How did you fall for that? That's a DP28 lying in wait, and Helia is the one that makes it happen. Crushes the skull of Tommy Shelby. Peaky, he's blind already, you can see it, and that will be the end of the road for him. And BBC have been cut short. Obito, the next one to follow suit. The rat with the grenade over the top, drops him immediately as well. Respect. Is it going to be reciprocal now, as Falak adds more pressure? But Pyros with the AUG will shut it down, and 03 from outpost 33 will go back to the lobby. ZEUS have found their voice right now. Soulman peeks out. He's gonna be getting dropped as well. 2 players now for NOVEX out of commission. Balak might be getting spotted over to that northwestern side, and 015 has to do something about this. Stowman is still knocked away. They've got the western side occupied by BBC. They've got the eastern side of fire by ZEUS. They're trying to circle back. Oh, plays into the side, but he's immediately run over. Helia raising hell to the opposition one by one. Soulman immediately gets crushed by the buggy. Back into the lobby he goes. Thanos trying to circle back, but there's too many oppositions in the other side. And Helia tries to spin through, can't be spotted out, might be getting run over. BBC trying to hold the lines there. He spins through and manages to make it just in time. The vehicle rolls and provides him with just an extra piece of cover, but not cover enough. Spoidy will spoil it, and that will be the end of the road for NOVEX. They've been turned inside out by BBC. 12 eliminations now. ZEUS in trouble. They have Rat knocked away and might be getting sent back into the lobby. Helia tries to play through, and Helia has been absolutely incredible for ZEUS, but how far can Helia take it though? Pyro's trying to apply that pressure with the AUG, and Rat has been picked up. The numbers are in ZEUS's favor, but can they do it though? The terrain is not favorable, not even in the least, not even in the slightest. Balak still prone, still holding on. He's been spotted. They have his position. Chew spots through, peeks out, gives a little bit of intel. He's gonna try to play in from the right hand side. You can see Chew's plan. He's gonna make that rotation. You can already see it. He's making the play, trying to force Spoidy out of position. He does it immediately as well. That was a big risk, but it pays off. Balak and Spoidy took the bait immediately. They're mowed down, and ZEUS will capitalize immediately. Helia plays through the front line, peaks as well. Valak burned at the stake, and BBC will be eliminated by ZEUS, and that will be a chicken dinner for ZEUS, perfectly executed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the job done. Big game players, all they needed was just one game, and they turned it up. Woo! Terrific number of eliminations that we had so far though. This is with 1500, but BBC edged them out, but just by a couple. I believe they played exactly the same. I personally think they played exactly the same. ZEUS were just a little bit more blessed with the terrain, and they utilized it to their advantage. Personally, that's what I think they did, and it paid off. You know, just 1 point apart. It was absolutely incredible from ZEUS. They did this perfectly. They turned it around. You know, and they've had back-to-back bad games. That's why it's so funny. They had back-to-back really bad games. You know, you would think that the performance they just had puts them into the top 3, but it doesn't. It actually doesn't. That's to tell you how competitive this already is. Helia, MVP, well deserved. Almost 8,000 in damage points, 5 knocks and 6 eliminations, 5 heals. Yeah, this is what you call an MVP. All round in every single metric except for throwables. Helia puts in a shift and a half, and that is what you want from your MVP. That is absolutely what you want. And that's absolutely what we love to see. Elia, Spoidy as well did have those eliminations to tie in, but the damage was just lacking. Pyros also with the AUG was cooking. Did do a little bit more damage, but paled in comparison with the eliminations. Error as well from headquarters esports was also putting in the shift. 015 from NOVEX. He was average, arguably their best player. You know, the rest of the team that he was adding pressure to the rest of the opposition. You know, he played a little bit of an IGL position, still played as a free man as well, still dictated the play for NOVEX. He was basically the reason they even made it that far. But ZEUS 19 points to the good. Again, it tells you how competitive this wild card is, right? Because you have teams winning by tying on points or winning by a margin of 1 point. The last game we had a chicken dinner, but they were tied on points still. This game, 19 points. The next team is 18. The team in third place is 15 points. Headquarters 8, 03 7, Lightning 7 as well. 5 all the way down with Divine and Outpost 33. Unsullied Army with 3. Not bad actually. Still consistent enough. But this is where it starts to get nasty when you don't have points in the final third. this is where it starts to get nasty because you will need every single game. Some teams here don't need all 3 games. That's why it's so tricky. You know, go G1 no points, last 9 no points, Inhale Tempo no points, Gold Diggers no points as well. iOS, Team Venus, and Wild managed to get 1 apiece. Gascom from chicken dinner to 3 points. That's exactly what the game says. And that is how you turn it around. But let's take a look at the overall MVPs. Legacy still very much in front. Escrow is still in the mix as well. Kule, Error, and Fronzy from 03. I think they did add a tally to what they've got already. So that tells you that, yeah, these guys is absolutely cooking. They are absolutely cooking. Still not relinquishing the top 5 position. Well, we're going to find out who the MVPs are going to be. But take a look at that. Again, top 3 teams. Like I said, the top 3 was not going to change after this game. It's probably going to change not in this last game. But I think these teams have already qualified. The top 3 teams have already qualified. But 03 is on top, and that is where you want to be. 3 points shy from GAMERIZE, 6 points shy of GASCOM Esports. NOVEX putting up a shift. 29 points to the good. BBC with 27. Let's use that chicken dinner puts them in 6th. Like I said, you know, as brilliant as that performance it was, they still did not outdo the consistency of the other teams in the top 5 already. You know, so they'll have an opportunity at least to compete inside of this last game. And you can take a look: Lightning, Wild, Dark, Unsullied Army, all dropping off that top spot as well. iOS, Gold Diggers, Divine, Outpost 33. It is still anyone's game to snatch that top 8 position. All they need is 10 points. But last 9, IHT, Team Venus, G1, yeah, pack it up, Unc. There's nothing to be done anymore for you guys, bro, unfortunately. But now going into the final game, I want to see who is going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck, because Lightning are sitting in 8th place with 20 points. Wild behind them is 19 points to the good. Dark Knights with 17. You know, so that tells you how proactive these teams are. Unsullied Army with 16, 4 points behind. But it's not over just yet, ladies and gentlemen. It is La Coupe d'Africaine Season 3. It is the wild card. For me, this has been the most competitive stage of this entire tournament thus far. Even more competitive than Eastern and Southern and Central qualifiers, if I'm being honest, because it is so tight. It's too tight, you know. And now we're going to see who's going to come out on top in match number 4. It's Miramar up next, last match of the night. We'll be right back after the break for more La Coupe action. Rio said we're not showing ads. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the party. It is La Coupe d'Africaine season 3. It is the wild card. It is the last match of the day. And you already know this is your last chance to qualify to the group stages of La Coupe d'Africaine. Yeah, but I mean, it's Miramar, the only Miramar we had today. We have today. So you have to make it count. You have to make it special. You have to lock in and you have to turn it out. Playing path this time goes the other way. Yeah, you just have to make sure it goes right. You just got to make sure it goes right. You know, like you just have to make sure it spins across. Yeah, it does actually. It just spins across because we've got. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure why I can't see the logos properly on this. Hopefully, it gets sorted out. But we've got Junkyard, Minas Generales. We've got, I think, Impala in the mix as well. El Azahar, Tier Bronca. We've got Chris Devay. We've got La Corriera. We've got Chumacera. We've got El Pozo. We've got Power Grid, Pacaro. We've got, yeah, we've really got a lot of places. Water treatment as well in the mix here. So it's really anybody's game. Those teams that do love to play in Chumacera, unfortunately, sorry. Crater Fields is where it's at. Also, we've got La Hacienda, we've got Hacienda del Patron, so there's that as well. And we've got some teams. Do they want to go to Puerto Paraíso? Do they want to do that? I mean, that's a long shift. That's a travel. That's a journey. If they want to do all that, that's a big journey to take on. If you are trying to do that though, but I would be very heavily impressed if they do manage to pull that out of the air. But right now, good zone, very chill. I'm expecting some teams to clash on, especially in that northern side. I think I do see GAMERIZE locking into something. Unsullied Army and Truck Stop. Ooh, well, yeah, I think they're gonna be fine. I don't see anyone locking in with them. Yeah. I don't think anyone locking with them. Dark Knights as well. Dark Knights. They've been going under the radar a little bit. You know, I've even forgotten where they are on the leaderboard right now, but HQ has already decided to make them feel the heat relatively very, very quickly. Hussey and the rest of the team here trying to stay very, very close to the edge of the corner pocket there. Outlaws, it's not looking good for him. Dybala with the final blow sends him back into the lobby. The numbers switch. Again, it's all about the mentality, right? It's all about the mentality when you're taking engagements in a place like this because you want to have the numbers advantage as early as possible. And that is going to be the case. Jofke, I love the fact that this guy is a real fragger. He's a real fragger. He doesn't care. He's going to press, these guys from headquarters. He's going to press them by himself. He doesn't care, but it's going to be hard because the 1,000 aura is very much up to the task to hold him 1v1. But we're going to see if that's going to be the case here, though. Toxic also trying to bait Dybala out into the open to allow for a little bit of a switch from the other side. Doesn't look like he's going to fall for it, though. They'll probably want to stick together to keep that illusion of a numbers advantage. And the 1,000 aura has already made the rotation over to the other side. Looks like they're about to sandwich. Here they come. Dybala, ground floor, pays into the corner, but he's been spotted by Hussey. Dybala cannot afford to get knocked away. It will scatter the entire plan of headquarters now. But that's a good spray over to the back, but he's traded off. Dybala is in trouble. He gets knocked away, and this is exactly what I did not want for them now. They are in trouble. Dybala takes a hit, and he will not be getting picked up. 1,000 aura is the only one that can make something happen here. WWW is all the way out, getting forced back. Dark Knights did lose out, but it's a 2 versus 2 now because Dybala will not be getting picked up. He is already cooked. There's no way 1,000 aura picks this guy up. There's no way he goes for it because the moment he decides to capitalize on this, Toxic and Hussey are waiting on this. They want him to do this. They're trying to use Dybala to bait him out, and he's trying to force out unless the off-angle man WWW does something about this, but it's not looking like it's going to be the case there. Yup, he's spotted. They know he's here. They know now that he's coming for the pickup, and he swapped through S12K in hand. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. And the other side, he goes for the clutch, and now that will be a drop. 1,000 aura. Big plays on him. Over to the corner as well. Toxic is all left to him now. Can he clutch? But now is a big opportunity, and that will be the end of the road for Dark Knights. And that off angle from WWW, it paid off. It paid off. They should have gone for the flush to force them into a 2 versus 2, but unfortunately, Dark Knights did not do that, and they were hurt. They were absolutely hurt. But yeah, it's all about the games. ZEUS, fresh off a chicken dinner. You know, coming fresh off a chicken dinner. Last 9. Do you know the crazy thing is, I believe, right? I personally believe that a team is going to turn up. A team that we don't expect is going to turn up in this last game. I personally believe it. But if you take a look at the leaderboard right now, who is outside of the top 8? You know, I think someone in the top 8 right now is going to get cooked. Someone in the top 8 right now is going to get cooked. I don't know who it is, but I know someone is going to drop points inside of the top 8. And the teams that are potentially possible of dropping points are, you know, Headquarters, ZEUS, Lightning, Wild. I think one of them is going to drop points, you know, because, okay, except for HQ, because they've already started getting early elimination. So that's a good sign of not dropping points. So I think ZEUS, Lightning, Wild, I just feel somebody's going to drop points. BBC, I don't think they can. I think if they drop points, it doesn't really matter. You know, I mean, unless they get eliminated like right now, but it doesn't look possible, right? It doesn't really look possible. Gold Diggers already taking a hit, a real hit. And again, I hope this isn't one of those games where all of the teams outside of the top 8 start getting eliminated relatively very easy. You know, G1, they knew they were cooked. They didn't come into the game. Probably going to be the last time we ever see them in the cup. Ooh. But there is time to recover. There is a lot of time to recover. It's just, is there time to wreak havoc? See what I did there? Time to recover, but is that time to wreak havoc? Oh, cooked. I cooked there, bro. You can't even lie. I cooked there. Don't tell me nothing else. I'm him, dog. I'm really him, dog. So don't play. Don't play with me, dog. WWW on the other side, trying to stay locked in, trying to stay peeked out. But they will try their absolute best. Can they do it, though? Can they do it? Can they make it happen? ZEUS, teams that play like this tend to get hurt. You can see them playing all the way from, I think, Puerto Paraíso. This is where they are. Yeah, that's where they are right now. Yeah, teams that play like this, they tend to get hurt. They're coming fresh off a chicken dinner. There's no reason for them to be playing this way. They're playing too slow, too cornered. There's still a lot of teams. You should be, you know, trying to get yourself inside of the zone as quickly as possible to avoid future rotations, especially for a team that is sitting on the precipice of 7th position, 8th position. You have to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Unsullied Army, on the other hand, where are they though? I would love to see what the mini zone is saying. I would love to see what the map is saying right now, because I think they might be running to the guys from Wild. Or this is I think this is potentially 2 teams that need the points, you know. everybody, I know everyone is going to be doing a whole lot of mathematics right now over to the back end, thinking about how many points they will need. Ideally, if you get a couple more, but it looks like, oh, Lightning is turning it out on the guys from L9. And now looks like GASCOM esports are going to have a plan of their own. Shad has been spotted, but he's not going to get knocked away. Yeah, he's not going to get knocked away. Not at that distance. 0-3 and GASCOM trading blows. Lord, getting flushed by Kule. And 0-3 brothers snag their first elimination. These guys have been super consistent across the board. They have been the best team so far the entirety of today. They have been just so good. They are so good in line breaking. You can see they are so good in line breaking. M249 from Franzi immediately cuts the lines. Escrow getting knocked away. It is going to be so hard to break a defensive line from 0-3. I can't wait to see how they play in the group stages. Spiking out trade-off. Oh, that was nasty from Magic. And the spells he cast this time will work out. But again, it is a big risk to press forward against 0-3 right now. From that position, it's a big risk. Franzi also peeked out. He takes damage, but again, it's a big risk. This is what I said. In a defensive line, in transition, it is very hard to break 0-3 down. And two players from GASCOM will feel the heat. They've been knocked away, and now they can reset. Take a look at Nexus's position. He applies more and more pressure. Colette adds more. Beautiful grenade over to the side, and Escrow bites the dust. 0-3 will not lose a single body. You have to respect how good they are. It was a big risk trying to press from GASCOM. That was a big risk. I knew, because they didn't have all of the information. Nexus was in a terrifying position. He was giving them every single intel. So they made the play. They made their plan without knowing that Nexus was playing off. He was playing the free man role, giving the rest of the team all the information they needed to defend themselves. Again, this is exactly how good 0-3 have been so far. They have been so good in holding down, in link up, in everything, playing through the lines, everything. They have been so good. They have been so complete. And take a look at where they are in the zone. It is very central, western of San Martin. They're not going to have to worry about rotations. Where is Unsullied Army? Ooh, in the south, they're in Picado. Okay, not the worst place to be. And they do have, I believe, Team Venus just up north of their position. I think they can hold. I expect them to hold. But last 9, finally getting the pressure taken off of them there. They traded one off. And looks like on my face getting knocked away though. But I think he will be getting picked up. Shad, does he want to commit to this? I don't think he can. But they will reposition the steroids on the other hand. They would want to think twice about how they are looking to close out the space so far, but it's not really ideal the way they've been playing so far, iOS. Again, in the team sitting in 12th with 14 points, those kind of things, you have to be adding points. You have to be adding a lot of points right now. Unsullied Army sitting in 12th or in 11th with 16 points. iOS is about to catch up to them. If not that they've caught up to them now, they're both tied at 16. So anything short of a chicken dinner now is gonna be very, very difficult to keep you inside of the top 8. Anything short of a chicken dinner, because you have to make sure that those teams on top of you are not getting any more points. And the guys currently sitting in 8th, the guys currently in 8th, Lightning, they've already added 2 points, so they are making it even much more difficult to reach them. That is the only way to qualify. You have to make sure the opposition can't even mathematically reach you anymore. And that is what we love to see. Teams that are very, very incisive in what they want to do. Too incisive. Too incisive. And I love it. I absolutely love it. ZEUS, again, these guys are going to get hurt. They're going to get hurt playing like this. I've seen this happen time and time again. Teams that play like this on the last day of a qualifier, they tend to get hurt. There's a huge chance that they will get hurt. They will get caught out on rotation by like zone 4 or something. Like, it happens so often. you know, at this stage. It happens so much to teams like these, but we'll see. If they are able to make it through, I gotta respect the car skin though. Fairs. Chew plays off. Again, this team is very good. They are very, very good in transition, though. We saw that in the last game. But right now, they're playing too slow. You know, playing on Radriela, a couple 400, 500 meters out of zone in phase 2 of the circle is not where you want to be, especially with 59 bodies in the cut. It's basically a full lobby right now. It's a very, 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 very rough draft. If there is even something you can do about the rotations and the positions that you've got right in front of you, though. Shad is trying his best to get it in, but he is in the zone. Ooh, outpost 33. I mean, did I write them off? I didn't think I wrote them off just yet. You know, if they can add some points early, it's not too late for them. But for anyone below them, I think they're all cooked. I hardly see them doing much of anything in this game. But Styler knocked away. Can he get picked up? Don't see that happening, though. I honestly do not see that happening. Don't see him getting picked up. Absolutely do not see him getting picked up. Too far out in the open, you know. Venus, will they take the risk for him, though? Will they? I mean, they might. They might. But at what cost? That's the question. At what cost? Woo! Well. Lightning in trouble. On my face, get knocked away. Oh, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. That is not what you want. That is not what you want. Oh. Well, he's gonna get picked up because they know it's. Oh, he's not gonna get picked up. Dybala from headquarters was there to snuff it out. Oh, that was unfortunate. And now it looks like Messi might be the one as well to feel the brunt of that high ground position coming through from the guys from headquarters esports. Oh, he came to pick up his teammate and he felt the pressure just overwhelmed him. Unfortunate scenes, though. Very unfortunate. It looks like these guys are they're still here, but the play zone has shifted. It is phase 3. Now this is where the rotations start to matter. Take a look at that. If UNSULLIED can make a dash through the western side and get into El Pozo, if GAMERIZE can hold the lines and keep the guys from Gold Diggers from overwhelming them from that high ground, also iOS esports, we will see. We will see how possible it is. We will see how ideal it can get, but we'll see. We'll see how they can do it. UNSULLIED Army. If I was them at this stage, if I'm going to play this slow, I will drink the blue zone. I will drink the blue zone. If I was them, I would drink the blue zone. That's what I would do at this stage. If I can't make a dash through the western side of the zone at this stage, because I would know to play from the western side for sure. But this is where the grit will meet, and we'll see what decision they make going into, or rather in the next 90 seconds. But right now, the ZEUS, they've made their way into the zone, but again, it's going to be a very, very tough rotation because they are coming in from the western side. El Pozo is a good rotation they've made so far. But do they want to hang around here? That's the question, because they will be tempted to do that exact thing. They will be tempted to take this position, and they will probably be exposed from a hillside climb from any team that does play that way. But we're going to see if that's going to be the case. Headquarters, on the other hand, setting your sights. GAMERIZE, MG turning up the tide and twisting the knife, but Slater is going to be traded off. Satoru immediately getting burned by MG as well. And GAMERIZE will add to their tally as IHT will go back to the lobby. That will be the end of the road for them. ZEUS play zone will start to close out in 30 seconds. And now this is where the decisions will be made. Last 9 on the front lines, trying to add more pressure, take some off the back end here. They can feel it, but they might be getting dropped off. WWW spins out, almost getting dropped off. That was so close, but it's going to be expensive for them. Grenade immediately. If Shad can toss that grenade in time, he might be able to do it. Yes, he does. What a grenade from Shad. And WWW gets knocked away. No HTTPS this time, and Dybala will have to circle back. Headquarters, have they done enough though? 6 points, no placements. Have they done enough to keep themselves inside of the top 8? One would believe that they have, but it still takes a village right now. Steroids adds some more pressure. Over to the side as well, is still playing as 2. 1,000 Aura, still very, very capable of holding us down. Slayer gets slain by death for iOS Esports. And 1,000 Auras trying to spin the block here. He hasn't made too much of a move, but he spins out. His position finally compromised. Steroids trying to add a little bit of spice to that endeavor. Shads has been spotted, I believe. They can hear his footsteps as he jumps from place to place. Steroids might be getting dropped off. There's a dangerous grenade from Dybala, almost getting him knocked away. Launches the first one, might be able to launch the second, and he does connect, but Shads trays it all, but immediately spins out. And unfortunately, it wasn't a Molotov cocktail. Would have stopped him dead in his tracks. And another one to follow suit. Launches one out again to apply some more pressure. Looks like Dybala and 1,000 Aura look like they want to close this down against the guys from last 9. And Shad and Steroids, can they do it? Shad will not allow them to get picked up on. It plays into the corner again. Dybala will go for the flush. Steroids will lose out. Shad goes back to the lobby, and they will add yet again to their tally. Last 9. For the last time, they will go back to the lobby tonight. Play zone shifts, headquarters, blessed by the zone. They will not need to advance any further. And they got some boxes delivered to them by last 9, so they will not have to make too far of a rotation, but this is where it starts to get tricky. This is where it starts to get iffy. Who is going to capitalize? And Hergord was able to pepper some shots to 1,000 Aura, but it's not enough to do much as Dybala repositions again. He might be trying to get the resets on to the guys from Divine. Ops the smokes and everything as well. Up 8 eliminations though. Lightning pulling up to the scene. They have lost a man earlier on. Have lost some space. Kule as well adds some more. And Zay Lee also knocks Kule away. O3 Brothers could be in a little semblance of trouble here. Outpost 33 in trouble as well. Trade-off is good, very good. ZEUS in trouble. Chu gets knocked away. NOVEX had them dead to rights up onto that hillside exactly as I expected, but hopefully they will be able to get out of this, but it's going to be so difficult. Spiky turns out to spin the block there, and it's going to be very, very tricky if they can find a way through, but they do manage to get the reset on O3. This is where their metal will be tested. Oh, that's a good grenade, but a couple of inches shy, not enough to get the job done, but another one will spin through and perfectly executed. They will get out of danger and reposition themselves, now setting their sights onto the guys from BBC. Grenade, one grenade for another. They will be trading off. Kule and Spiky pulling up to the scene. And now they have the numbers to take the engagements with BBC. It's a 4 versus 3. But they have to be careful. BBC did put the screws to them in the previous game. They might be coming here for payback. Nexus in a dastardly position again, but he's been spotted immediately. Dropped to his knees with a Scar L. But fortunately for him, Spiky is in the vicinity. A grenade perfectly launched might get the job done here if he's launching it. And that's a good grenade. Cuts the HP in half. And he might be getting dropped off this time around. But Spidey, unfortunately for Spiky, he can't get it done. All it takes is one more grenade. And this time, it works. Spoidy gets burned at the stake. Burned aside by that vehicle that goes up in flames. Unsullied Army cruising behind as all hell breaks loose in the vicinity as well. Pyros spotted and that grenade perfectly launched. Spiky knows that he can take the 1v1. He wants to capitalize. And Lightning will not strike twice. They go out. Unfortunately, Unsullied Army in trouble. They might be losing out. And the ZEUS will capitalize as well. Chew to the corner. And Spiky will trade him off, but not this time. Another one will bite the dust. Kuller goes for the clutch, and that will be the end of the road. Unsullied Army on the other side taking so much damage. Kuller closes down. 0-3 holding up the lines. They're back. 3 eliminations to the good. Spoidy still knocked away. Chew plays behind them. ZEUS trying to keep their numbers up. Unsullied Army have been cut down to just 2 players. Things are getting heated up right now, as iOS looking for a way inside. Slifer couldn't make it through. The play zone will hurt him as well. And Unsullied Army playing S3, I believe. They've gotten their numbers back up. ZEUS plays off into the corner. And Zera gets the angle on him, gets him knocked away. Slater feels the heat, will be getting dropped off as well. Spoidy will be sent back by Helia. Helia stopping where they took over in the previous game. ZEUS now adding more and more pressure. They've hopscotched over into top 7. Lightning have fallen away into top 8. But now Wild and the guys from iOS and Unsullied Army, this is their opportunity to overtake. They just need 5 points to get it done. Can they see it through? 0-3 play a little bit closer towards the back line there. Team Venus might be the ones to put the spoils here onto Gold Diggers and 0-3 at the same exact time. Kuller and the rest of the team marking their territory. ZEUS now set in stone, set their sights in, and this could be trouble for that team. GASCOM pulling up into the scene as well. They circle back. Peru with a spray. Triple Q gets knocked away. Helia in trouble. Slime with a mini burst onto the scene. Gets the first drop. BBC in the mix as well. 3 points is all they've gathered so far. No placements at the stage. It is the wild card, and you can see how wild it is. Spiky plays in and out of the guys. 4-0-3. They're down to just 2. iOS plays off the western side. They have been spotted, and 0-3, knowing them, they would probably want to capitalize on this, but the vehicle spins out of control. That could have spelled danger, but fortunately for them, they will not be able to make it through. I believe they've all been hurt by the play zone. It doesn't allow them to get the job done, and that is going to be the end for ZEUS. Have they done enough? 7 eliminations puts them up at 29, just shy of NOVEX, so they will not know how they go even further. Unsullied Army now 48-64 takes the game by the scruff of the neck. He capitalizes. That's the end of the road for them as well. Unsullied Army add 2 points to the good. 18 as the numbers dwindle away. All they need is 4 more, and they might be able to turn it around, but Wild is there. They're adding points as well. 29 is the number. A chicken dinner is all short of a miracle now for those teams dropping all the way deep. NOVEX now starting to add points as well. 0-15 gets a lead, knocked away to the side. Trouble in paradise for all those teams that are trying to make it to the group stages. It's battle after battle. 0-3 over to the back end, but it looks like the other corner for Wild Esports, they are making it happen here. They have the play zone, but can they capitalize? Foston trying to set aside a little bit of a corner here to work through. They're playing S3. They've got 6 eliminations. A chicken dinner is all they need. And Mexi with a Molotov out of nowhere, burning them one by one. Mexi's playing off into the corner, and he goes for the flush, and that is it. Die Hard, Hair God, spins through, big drop, M4, 0-3, swept away. Divine somehow holds the line here, but this would have been a perfect opportunity for Unsullied Army to capitalize, but they're playing it so slow. They do have the zone over to that northwestern position. Hair God tries to circle back. The smokes all into the corner. 3 eliminations. Thanos starting to snap his fingers as well. You can hear the Infinity Gauntlet going off in the distance as bodies start to drop. Tamta, 4 teams left, 11 eliminations potentially if all of these teams start to drop one after the other from that hillside. Wild need to be spotted. NOVEX have them in the sight lines. They need to make sure that they do not advance. Boston has been knocked away. Will Volts be able to get the reset on him? It doesn't look like it will be the case. Obito with a spray. He might be the one that puts them out of their misery. Wild in trouble. Spins back. Unsullied Army might be able to capitalize on this. They have the sight lines now. They play a little bit closer to the vet side. They spray, and he sprays. He trades off onto the side again. Vehicle goes up in flames. Obito knows the playbook. He knows the plan. He's about to close this down, and he might be able to send it all the way back. Thanos snaps again. Another one goes out. Dangerously close. Grenade launched over the top, but it doesn't get the job done. Hair God still biding time. Divine still trying to get that chicken dinner to catapult them into the top 8. A chicken dinner will all but surely seal the deal. The play zone now is going to come in clutch for Obito as he tries to settle back into the position. That's a big spray as he peeks out. And that is a dangerous play. Wild cannot afford to lose here. They cannot afford to lose at this stage. A top 4 finish is not going to be good enough. They need to go all the way. But can they though? The play zone is not favorable at all for this last player for Wild Esports. And Obito has him in his sightlines. Unsullied Army just chilling, waiting for the play zone to drag these teams out of position. 48-64, circling like a shark. He knows, Obito knows he has to close this down. He needs to make sure that Mary does not make it further. But the smokes are starting to come out. Can Zod Mary make it through the smokes? Can they make it happen? Obito, can he trade off another smoke? Coming out just in time. This would be perfect. Here they come again. The first drop. Inside of the smoke, he goes prone. Another smoke up in line. That's a beautiful smoke path, a smoke trail created. Unsullied Army forced out into an unfortunate position, and now they have to take it upon themselves. Mary goes down. Divine follows suit. Somehow he bites the dust. Unsullied Army playing it slow here, and that's trouble. Mile gets knocked away. 015 to the corner, and he trays off into the right hand side. 48-64. Jesse tries to clutch, and a beautiful grenade tossed over. Jesse will snap Thanos out. Mexi peeks out as well, and he trays off. Jesse again, but not this time. He will be stopped. Unsullied Army in a second place finish, but was he able to get the job done? I don't know. What a finish. Unsullied Army stopped in second place. Jesse almost getting in the clutch, but NOVEX snatch away the chicken dinner. Woo! What a finish. What a finish. Game, recognized game. And what a finish. That was 61 eliminations. 72 knocks, dog. 72 knocks. $72 knocks, man. It's absolutely nasty business. Total heals 9K. I mean, you gotta love it, man. NOVEX putting in the work, putting in the business. Now that is what we love to absolutely see. Wild, unfortunately, Wild, did they do enough? I think they did. 11 points, very, very solid. I think they did enough, but I'm not sure because it's so tight. It is so tight. But we're going to see how that plays out, man. 1,500 in damage points for NOVEX. They did absolutely incredible. 15 points in total. I mean, it was absolutely incredible for them. They did it perfectly. They saw it through and they turned up the heat. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the job done. But we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be the case, man. We'll see. Woo! But Dybala from Headquarters Esports was the one to make it happen. MVP for Headquarters and MVP for match number 4, dealing over 600 in damage points. He was absolutely incredible, and he turned it around again. He tried to make it work through. He saw how much pressure. He tried the absolute best to, see it all the way through. Headquarters, I think they did it well enough. I think they did see it all the way through. But Killer from 03 still putting in major numbers, 1,000 plus damage points with only 2 eliminations. Yeah, that's to tell you that this guy was on smoke. But 1,000 aura with 3, 4 for Legacy and 3 for his use from iOS as well. iOS, did they manage to get it done? I'm not even sure. That's the thing. I'm not even sure. 11 points. Unsullied Army got 9. Oh, they got 9 points. I don't think that's enough. I'm not sure. I mean, that's 25. I'm not sure. I don't think it was enough, man. I don't think it was enough. I think if 48-64 got those confirmations, then I think it would have been enough. But 3 elims is all they got. It should have been more. He should have gone for the finish. He didn't get the finish. He was trying to go for the The clutch, unfortunately, didn't play out. I think if they have gotten just a couple more eliminations, this could have turned out differently. But I'm not sure. It's still very tight. GAMERIZE as well, 9 points to the good. O3 with 8. Divine with 8 as well. HQ with 8 as well. Again, this is something we've seen throughout today. It has been so tough. You know, ZEUS with 7. ZEUS, I think ZEUS did enough. 7 with 22, 29. I think they did enough. iOS Esports with 5. BBC with 3. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think they did enough as well. Lightning, though, Lightning, they did not do enough. That is where it's tricky. They might be tied with Unsullied Army, though. Lightning might be tied, but we're going to see how that plays out. GASCOM, I think they've done enough. They were in the 30s, so they're good. Dark Knights, Outpost 33, last 9. 3 more decent teams all fell off. No points added to the mix, but we're about to see how that plays out. Let's take a look at the MVPs for match number 4 in today's wild card games. Ladies and gentlemen, Legacy finishes strong with Kule right beside him, 3,200 to 2,400 points, and that is how you get the job done. Slater, gold on me like I'm caught. Slater manages to get 1,800, 10 eliminations, 9 for 1,000 aura, and Fonzie also with 10. Big game nonetheless, though. Very, very big game. Very, very big game for Fonzie. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible performance from O3. I mean, I can't wait to see the next stage of this tournament, the group stage, the gauntlet. Oh, that gauntlet is going to be something vicious. Something nasty. And we at 1080, we got something special for you that day. Don't worry. I mean, it's this Friday, isn't it? Is this Friday now? It's gonna be something nasty, bruh. Some nasty for sure. But take a look at that. Oh, Unsullied Army, just 4 points away. Yeah, I knew it. 4 points away. Oh my days. Oh, so close yet so far. HQ. Wait. Oh yeah, I was right. Lightning dropped the points. I said it. Someone was gonna drop points. Lightning dropped the points. ZEUS took it. 7 eliminations. You always get it right with the eliminations, man. You know, NOVEX finishing on top was not on my bingo card, but they were pretty consistent. Tied on points actually with Unsullied Army. Had more placements. GAMERIZE in third, 42. GASCOM with 32, 30 apiece for Wild and BBC, 29 for ZEUS, Headquarters with 29 as well, 29 each. Oh, 29 each, tied. Unsullied Army, unfortunately, that chicken dinner would have done the business, and HQ would have been out of here, but they were denied by NOVEX. Oh, so unfortunate for Unsullied Army, but they did play very, very well. Just this wild card was just hard. It was just a hard tournament, man. Divine in 19, iOS also with 19, Dark Knights with 18. The guys from Gold Diggers with 14, Outpost 33 with 11, last night with 7, and the rest of the teams that were stinking on the place into the bottom 5. But NOVEX, wow. NOVEX, wow. Gotta give them props. Finishing on top over O3. I mean, tied, but still very impressive. Five. You know, it's so interesting that they have 5 points this way and the other team 5 points the other way. 5 points here placement, 5 points here elimination. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is La Coupe de Africana, and we have come to the end of tonight's show. 4 games down. We have our top 8 teams that will advance into the next stage of the tournament. 8 teams, 8 well-deserved teams. But what a party this was. It was an incredible performance from ZEUS. It was very close for them, but the fact that they started stacking up the eliminations because they knew that they were not going to get into the final third, that was what I was expecting for them. The rotation was a little bit slow, but the fact that they started stacking up the bodies relatively very, very quickly, That was very, very smart from them and very, very good. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. La Coupe d'Africaine Season 3 brought to you by 1080 and Monster Energy. And a big shout out to production as well. Wiser Esports always in the mix. We'll see you guys same time tomorrow for Wildcard 2. Brand new set of teams. And some teams you may or may not have seen before. Some teams you may or may not know. And some regions you may and may not have seen before. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Constance Desk. From me, Priest. See you guys same time tomorrow for another edition of La Coupe d'Africaine Season 3.
The Nigerian Pro League Grand Final played by Monster Energy and 1080.
Send them out, big round sports. Every aware that there's someone this is going to end the final games of the night.
Hi guys, it's me Tue and I'm live here at the 10 and 80 Game Fest campus happening right here in Abuja. If you are seeing this, there's lots of games, music, networking and so much fun happening, and the best part, it's all free.
My name is Russia and I'm the winner for the Cross Mobile. Joshua, I won the tournament for Street Fighter 6. Shalom,
Me from our Winifred.
It's Mustafa Sani. I'm the winner for the Forza Horizon 3 Championship. I won the fire competition today. It was hosted by 10 and 80 and Monster. We need more of this. We need 10 more, 20 more. I did this every day. I want to say a very big thank you to 10 and 80 and Monster for hosting this competition. This has shown me that esports can go far in Nigeria. When I saw the opportunity to compete in this game, I knew that yes, this is it. I can definitely win it, and I came out victorious today. Huge thank you to 10 and 80 and Monster for the wonderful tournament hosted. I want to thank the sponsors, 10 and 80 and Monster Energy, for bringing such a wonderful event.
Pro League Grand Final played by Monster Energy and 1080.
Send them out, big round sports. Every aware that there's someone this is going to end the final games of the night.
Midway, and I'm live here at the 10 and 80 Game Fest campus happening right here in Abuja. If you are seeing this, there's lots of games, music, networking, and so much fun happening. And the best part, it's all free.